welcome to yet another video. Today I have a video which is going to detail two main websites that I use in my fragrance journey. Now, these two websites are Fragrantica and Basenotes. Now, so those of you wondering what are Fragrantica and what are Basenotes, this video is especially for you. Those of you who know the site, this is just, I guess you could say, a refresher, if you will, and you may not even need it, so click away if you don't need it. But either way, that's what this video is about. Now, the origin of this is simply because I get a lot of questions, especially from new people that are just getting into fragrances that may not know much about, the fragrance community and the fragrance world, regarding these two websites. Now, they're not direct questions regarding the websites, but they're more, the conversation will go something like this. Hey, Cody, I'm looking for fragrance X, Y, or Z. Is there any way that I can purchase it? Do you know anyone who has it to purchase? And I go, no, I don't know anyone, but have you tried Fragrantica or Basenotes? And they go, what? Have I tried what now? And that happens so frequently that I've pretty much lost count at how frequently it's happened. I give them that, and I also give them like Facebook groups to go on. But obviously, we're talking about Fragrantica and Basenotes here. Now, for those of you who don't know, these two websites are fragrance specialized websites. So what that means is if you go to either of them, you can look up fragrances at pretty much any fragrance that you can possibly think of. And it's more than likely going to be there, especially if it has a release. Not only will it be there, you'll see the notes it comprises of, as well as some comments that people have about that particular scent. So it's very useful, and it's useful especially for me. I use that site primarily, and by that site I mean Fragrantica. I used to use Basenotes for this purpose, but I really like to go to those sites, and as I'm prepping my review, get the note listing. The note listing for me is where I actually get it from. Now, I tend to try not to actually look at the comments. Sometimes I do, and if I do look at the comments and it happens to permeate into my review, I always mention it. I hate plagiarism, so I don't like stealing people's ideas or thoughts, if you will. And that's also why I tend to try and not use those websites before I actually review the fragrance. After I review the fragrance, it's a completely up in the story. I go ahead, see what other people thought, see if anything was similar or anything like that. But for your purposes, this is great in terms of researching actual fragrances. Now, Fragrantica at least has a feature where you can search by note. Right? So if there's a particular note that you like vanilla, whatever the note may be, you can search for vanilla and it'll give you a listing of all the vanilla fragrances. If you want to do it by house, you can do that. You can look at it all by house or anything like that. Or perfumer, you can also do it by perfumer. It's really great. It's such a big directory. I'm a huge nerd when it comes to databases and things like that. So it's just a big database of fragrance-related knowledge, and I absolutely love it, and I absolutely recommend that you partake in it. But the real strength of these sites is not the actual site itself. It's an add-on to the site, or what we call forums, right, or message boards. That is the real strength of both Fragrantica and Basenotes. They have excellent communities that are there to pretty much talk about fragrances, men's fragrances, women's fragrances, all kinds of fragrances, you name it. I've personally smelled a lot of fragrances. I've collected a lot of fragrances. However, how much that I've collected based on some of the people that I know on those boards, this is nothing. Like, some of those people that are on those boards have collected such a massive amount. And the other good thing is, for the most part, they've all got great information as well, too. So if you go on, you ask your questions, they'll answer you, you can get involved, and it's just such a great resource, especially for somebody who is into collecting fragrances and into the fragrance world. So there's some other features with it as well, too. That's buying and selling fragrances. You can trade amongst one another your fragrances, or buy used fragrances amongst another. There's just so much stuff that you can actually do that is fragrance related on those websites. So I highly encourage you to go to both, check them out, and get involved if that's your prerogative for learning about fragrances. It's absolutely fantastic. And best thing, you don't have to actually respond. You can lurk on the boards. I mean, that's what I do. I lurk most of the times. I think I posted like maybe 10 times on either of them. Outside of that, I just sit back, read comments. That's all I do. I don't get to I don't get to, participate or look at the boards as much as I used to, just because I don't have time to do it anymore. But it still doesn't change the fact that it is such a great resource, and I highly recommend that you check them out. Okay? The links to both sites will be down below, and that is pretty much it. Let me know what your thoughts are on these sites. Are you completely of the different opinion? Do you think these two sites are worthless? Do you think they're great? Whatever the case may be, leave it down below. Help people out. Give some people some thoughts. All right? Thank you guys. Take care of yourselves, and you guys have a great day.